podcast will definitely contain strong language and sexual content. Please don't sue us, because we cannot afford a good lawyer.
Hello, beautiful podcast listeners, and welcome to the first brand spanking new episode of the Bang Gangers podcast. Can I get a cheer from somebody? Ooh. Yeah, exactly. You are very welcome to our comedy podcast talk show. I think we like to say it. And my name is Julie Kennedy.
I'm Jelle Nauta.
And I'm Jose Lops.
And you should definitely listen to our podcast because we all have comedy experience. Isn't that right, guys?
Yes, we are very, very experienced in comedy. No, not really. I mean, we have certain experience.
Jose is a stand-up comedian. He's performed in stadiums.
Yeah. In very, very small stadiums, though. Like the size of a bar, stadiums.
Oh.
Yeah, but stadiums, after all.
With cozy and with tough audiences, you made it work every time.
Yeah,
yes,
I was there. I wanted to throw things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good things, I hope.
Oh, yeah. Just
underwear.
Underwear, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, underwear.
Yeah.
And Jelle
Freshly bought.
can be a comedy genius too, right?
I can on my good days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a course and I got laughed a lot at in school.
Yes, actually, we both did some improv comedy courses. And we think we're quite good at it and we enjoy doing it. And that's why we three friends, we are going to be presenting this wonderful podcast to you as much as possible, hopefully every week.
Yes. And what is going to be this about? What are we going to do in this podcast?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Well, we're going to have some segments, maybe there's something about love or agonies. You know, if people have problems, they can write in to banggangerspodcast@gmail.com with any of their problems. If you want to support us, of course, we have also a Patreon page. And what else are we going to do? We're going to have some improv, maybe some ghost stories, maybe even a song.
Oh, maybe even a song.
Maybe even a song to round it all off.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice, Jelle?
I also think it's nice. And we'll have just personal things from our personal lives.
Yes, not from other personal people. Just
No.
the personal
Sometimes we
selves.
talk about other
Yes.
people.
Yeah, also badly, mostly.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means
An
badly.
honest light.
Yes. Amazing. I will listen to a podcast like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I would also listen to a podcast like that.
I would also listen to a podcast like
Well,
this.
there you go. You got 3 votes of confidence. So remember to tune in every week.
What are you waiting for?
The Bang Gangers podcast.
Listen.
Amazing.
What would a world populated by clones of you be like?
Oh, boring for sure.
Boring.
Yeah, super
Oh, you
boring.
mean, so are you thinking it's just clones of you and nobody else? Or is there still everybody else, but you just have several clones of you?
What I thought, it was just only populated by clones of me.
Because I thought maybe I would have clones of me and then still everybody else.
Doing your dirty work, right?
Exactly. And then you make my clone do all my work and my dishes. And then I can just have fun all day.
That would be nice, right?
Some ethical problems with that.
Exactly.
Right? It's slavery, but with yourself.
Yeah, and then you will develop some feelings about yourself. I mean, about your clones, and
What kind of feelings?
well, maybe feelings that you didn't develop about yourself, but now you would develop about your clones, like
Loathing,
Yes,
I think we've all experienced loathing.
self-loathing.
now only loathing because you cannot call it self-loathing anymore, right? It's not you, right? It's just a clone loathing.
Okay, yeah. I thought for a moment you were going in the direction of romantic feelings that you develop for
I also
yourself.
thought that, and then because
Narcissism.
that is also a thing, right? What is it? What do they call them?
Narcissism,
No, it's actually a real thing.
self-love.
No,
Masturbation.
no.
I think
Well,
those are
there
all
is
the
a real
possibilities.
term. I can't remember what it is that actually that is for people who are actually say that they are in love or having a relationship with themselves. which is also-
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
auto something, yes. Autosexuals, maybe. Yeah, so that is a thing. But yeah, then clones. Okay, so then say if it was clones just of you of the whole world, then what would that be like? if the whole world was populated
is it
just
also
by.
female clones of your? Is it still half, or?
Sure.
Are there
Yeah, we'll
only
have
men or
we'll
only
have
women?
50% yellow female clones and 50% yellow clones.
But that is kind of weird, right? To fuck yourself, right? Do you
Not
think?
well. I think a female version of me could be quite attractive.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that, Yelly.
It's just the exact same as you, except the parts have been swapped out. So instead of a penis, you get a vagina, but your actual whole form is the same.
Then it's not a woman. That is an abomination.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment, right? Because I don't look like a woman apparently.
Yes.
I have a very manly build.
Yes.
So manly.
Very manly.
Yeah. But also some things would also be different, right? Like I don't have much of a beard myself, but the female jellies,
No, this is my world, and I say that you are just going to be the same, but swapped out parts.
I could be a woman actually. As you're talking to me here, I could be a female clone of myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then it would be actually nicer, right? As Yella said, like they actually have beard, for example. It's just the opposite. So for example, they will be bald and with beard and with boobs
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting.
and a
So
vagina.
everything that I don't have, they have, and the
Yes.
other way around.
So they don't have an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would not like that world.
Oh, why is that yellow?
Because all the female yellows would die really quickly because of some bowel problems, because they cannot poop.
Okay. I'm
And-
sure the other 50% male yellows can figure out a solution for them
Well, we are pretty smart.
as a group.
Also as a group, hopefully. I think I am a team player, so maybe we could figure out something.
Sounds like a job interview.
For what? Oh, yeah.
Do you
yeah,
want
that's
this job? Do you need this
true.
job?
Well, I did learn this in my job. I had to do
What-
some courses there, and I learned that I am a team player.
Can you give us an example of how you are a team player?
Yeah, I feel more at ease in a group when people are nice to each other and trying to cooperate.
And how do you make that?
I don't make
How do you
that.
contribute to
yeah.
a good team? So you are not a team player, is
I'm
what you're
trying to
saying.
It feels nice to be in that
exactly,
team
yeah.
instead
And
of
I'm
in the
being-
one that they are fighting.
So you
all the
want
time.
people to
Exactly, yeah.
take care of you. So
No, I'm then also taking care of the other people. So I'm
'cause
facilitating.
that's not what you said,
but I'm
right?
not
Do you even want
convincing-
this? Do you want this job? Do you want this? You're not even
I
really
don't think-
trying.
I don't think
think
this
you're
is
a
a
team
real-
player.
I think you're coming on quite aggressively now. This is not a real job interview.
Excuse me?
You have to be ready for this type of situations, huh?
That's also
What are you
true.
going to do if a client gets angry, huh? Is that you're just going to say that and then you lose the client? No, this is a business. Come on.
That's true, yeah. So that's why I appreciate being in this situation here, because that's only practice that I need. So thank you.
Okay, next.
So, is there anything that you really resent paying for? Like, I think Jose is thinking about sex because he just made a face at me.
Can you repeat the question?
A Lenny face.
Is there something that you really resent paying for? Like, you don't like to pay for rent because it's too expensive and all the money goes to the fat cats, for example, or you think food or healthcare should be free or things like this? What do you resent paying for?
Well, yeah, the health insurance is something that I hate paying because I'm a communist. No, for different reasons. But yeah, I think that should be free for everyone. Yes, health insurance. That
But then-
annoys me.
But you pay so that other people can have healthcare, right? So it is the most.
I think it should be just nice through taxes, like just paying taxes, everyone, and then there is a public health system.
Okay, so
agree
you
with
don't
that.
resent the paying with it. You just
Yes.
want to pay through the state instead of
Yeah,
the private
exactly.
sector.
So not to a company that is doing something nasty, like creating baby fetuses in a lab with the money that I am paying for them, and then doing crazy stuff. With
What
my
do they
money.
do with those baby fetuses?
I don't know. I think they give it to pigs for food or something.
And what do they do with the pigs?
They also eat the pigs.
Then Okay.
The circle of life.
Yes.
I don't understand why they cannot just all eat food. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, I think
huh?
it's pretty obvious that eating fetuses is what make pigs have the taste that they have, right? Which is very
I
nice.
see.
Yeah, is that how they get their
Okay, I'm with you.
tasty?
And is that what made you
meat.
vegan?
Yes, exactly. It all started like that because I realized that the medical companies they were using the money to feed the pigs with unborn babies.
So when you find out that that's all not true, are you going to stop being vegan?
How are you going to find that? It's not true. You cannot trust information these days. Huh?
That's true. If you go to these places, they won't let you in. They won't tell you what they're doing behind those doors.
Yeah, there are still people these days believing in God, right? They still didn't find out what's the truth.
That's
I
true.
know the truth, though.
Where are they hiding God?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, but in this case, you could try to break in there. Sometimes they make documentaries with a hidden camera. You could break into the big pharma research facilities, find out that they don't actually have fetuses, baby human fetuses
Well,
that they're
I think they
feeding
have
to
them.
pigs.
I think they have them. I think you could not make that claim. I'm pretty sure they have them.
Yeah, they probably have them, right?
All right, well, I'll stay vegan for different reasons.
Do you resent paying for anything, Yella?
Yes, but
Everything, I
not
think.
healthcare. No, I resent. What do I not like paying for? I don't like paying for things where the money ends up in the hands of people who already have way too much money. I think.
So that would be like Coca-Cola or McDonald's or any of the
Also, those things, yeah. Maybe also like blockbuster movies, the big Hollywood hit.
Okay, that's why you
Superhero
illegally
movies.
download all of your movies.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's not because you're cheap.
No,
No, so you're not cheap.
of course not.
You're an activist.
Yes, yeah,
Silent protest.
yeah. And I think that it would be much nicer if all those creative, producers would all have kind of a PayPal account or a Patreon account where you could also see how much they are receiving. Because that's what I'm missing at the moment. I don't have a Patreon account, but it's coming soon. And I never hear that you can actually see how much someone got. And that should be easy to do, right? And that makes it a lot easier for people to donate because then they can donate based on how much they think that person deserves to earn with what they're doing.
But isn't it like that already that you can see how much money someone is
On
receiving?
some of them you can see, not everybody. So
oh,
not
you
everybody.
motherfuckers.
Yes, exactly.
So when are we starting our Patreon then?
Yes. Please, everybody, go to our Patreon page and donate a beer or some socks, whatever you think we really need. Thank you.
If you think if I would meet you in a bar somewhere, I would give you a pair of socks.
Yes, exactly. They can be used. We don't mind. Where do you get your news?
Oh, I stopped reading news years ago.
Oh, you don't read the news?
Not anymore. I'm a happier person and more ignorant.
Yeah, I
About
guess
current
those
affairs.
two things
Yeah.
go quite hand in hand. Yeah.
Yes.
So you never read any.
Sometimes, and when I do it, I get pissed off, and then I say, "Why am I reading the news? It's better to be stupid and to not read them." So I prefer not to read them. Yes, but when I check it, it's normally Spanish websites.
Okay. Because you're Spanish.
Yeah,
It's not
like
because-
arribaarriba.com and ay.
That's the actual. Is there actually
Ay, ay,
a
ay.
website called
Ay, ay, ay.
arribaarriba.com?
ay news.
In English.
I don't believe you.
No, these are the websites that I check. I don't know how trustworthy they are, but those are the one that I like. Yeah.
I think that's why the Spanish economy is doing so badly, because in the Netherlands we have nu.nl and nos.nl, so people spend way less time typing their news website URLs.
Maybe that was the problem after all.
The Spanish people can only type three or four letters.
Yes. What about you guys?
I do a lot on social media, which I think is pretty bad because then the social media algorithms, they learn what you like and what you don't like, and then you get all this polarization stuff. So that's not cool. Yeah.
Do you think they show you what you like or what you don't like?
Well, I never really well, they actually know they also view how much time you actually spend looking at the articles even. So not even if you don't comment, they still know. But yeah, for anything where you get more of your behavior attention. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's what they do, right? They want to keep you coming back there.
Yes, because they want to steal your money.
So what do you
Yeah.
get news about?
I get news about veganism and puppies and vegan stuff, clothes,
Vegan puppies?
vegan puppies. Yeah,
You get news about clothes.
I get news about clothes.
New
Yeah,
pants.
yeah.
What's
You know-
that's an advertisement, right? It's
No, this is all these these Chinese
exploitation of
yes, exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't quite as
activism.
yes, you just assumed
things.
that it was an advertisement for clothes, right? Because I'm a woman, so I buy a lot of clothes.
No,
That's
it's
what you're
just
thinking, huh?
I think that when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see something like there's a new shirt, 35 euros. That's
35
it's going to be an
euros?
advertisement.
You would spend 35 euros on a shirt?
I think
The cheapest
so.
person
if
I
it's
know.
If it's a really nice shirt,
All right then.
It was very, very nice. Why not, right?
yeah, it's a buy it for life shirt.
Do you get any news? You don't even read the news either, I think, Jelle.
Not so much. Sometimes I go to nu.nl and then I do it for a few days and then I forget again and don't do it anymore. It's mostly around bigger political events, like when Rutte gets roasted, or now I also look it up when COVID measures change or how bad
Yeah, I do check
India
the COVID
is doing
numbers
now.
every day.
Just bad news, huh?
That's the other thing. That news is mostly bad. I think that's also why you're happy not watching the news anymore.
Exactly.
Do you think everybody should be uninformed?
No, only me, uninformed. And the rest, just please be informed and tell me when something is important, because that's my trick. I know that at the end of the day, I'm gonna, get to know everything, because when something is really important, people are gonna tell me like, "Hey, this happened," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
All the toilet
gonna
paper is
come a
gone now,
day-
Jose.
Exactly.
There's going to come a day where I'm going to know something that's happened and I'm not going to tell you. And then
Well.
you're going to die in a zombie apocalypse.
In the moment that I start seeing more zombies in the street, maybe I would just open the news and then I would check.
Open the news. How do you
Open.
open news?
Open the website.
Oh,
Or open the app on your phone, which
Or
you
the
do
app.
have
You
installed.
cannot
Open
open
the,
news.
the app that is called News. I have an app that is called News.
really? I don't believe you. There's no
Well.
such thing.
Yeah, of course there is such a thing. It's called News.
I think there's a lot more potential on the other side, that there's no actual news, but we are going to tell you or let other people tell you that something big is happening on the world stage.
Exactly. So I don't have to check the news anymore. And I just smile through the day and someone is like,
But you're very prankable.
"Did you hear what the politician said? He said, oh, these communists are taking our money." And I don't have to, to go through the day like that because all the people are going to be pissed off because of irrelevant things that are happening every day. And only if there is how do you call it, meteorite or asteroid
Yes.
that is about to hit the earth and everyone is gonna die, then I will probably know just 10 minutes before that is happening.
And then you'll freak out for 10 minutes. And
Yeah,
then-
but that's it. I'll
You
be
know-
unhappy for 10 minutes. Yeah.
I cannot find any flaws in your plan. I'm thinking that maybe I should also be uninformed.
No, please don't spread the word, because
I think this is the take-home
trick.
message.
I want to know further in advance. If an asteroid is going to hit the Earth and I know I'm going to die, I would want to know 2 weeks in advance.
2 weeks.
What will you do in those 2 weeks?
Just prepare myself mentally, meditate a lot, do a lot of kung fu.
That's how you're gonna waste your 2 weeks just doing kung
I'm
fu.
gonna
write-
be
write letters.
smoking and with a lot of
Smoking
cocaine
weed.
and hookers. Yes.
I'll do that in the second week
Okay, so first week is meditation, and then the
to
cocaine
be
and
mentally
hookers.
prepared so that I don't freak out when the asteroid hits and everything evaporates.
I think you would probably just kill yourself already, right? It's probably better than
Yeah.
being hit by an asteroid.
Well,
I think
like
that's one of the more painless ways to die, actually.
I like the idea of wearing a bandana before dying. That would be cool, right? A bandana and your forehead.
Is this based on something else? Have you seen this in a movie?
No, but I thought that if you are doing kung fu and meditation, for 2 weeks, I think it would be nice to have a bandana. I think it suits the scene.
The bandana is what pirates wear, right?
No,
and not the captain, but the matey.
Cool guys wear it too.
A
Karate
bandana,
people.
yeah, of course. It's kind
But the bandana is closed at the top, right?
no. A bandana is just like it's like a scarf for your head.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little triangle you wear in your head. I used to wear them all the time when I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah,
I thought I was really cool.
Okay.
and
yeah.
kung fu kids.
I
Also
always thought
wear
it's
it.
sort of closed at the top. Maybe not completely, but because it's a scarf thing.
I think everybody really likes hearing
And
about
then-
bandanas, don't you?
I think so. Well, today I learned something new. I think kung fu is more like a strap around your head. But it doesn't have to be kung fu. It can be tai chi or qigong or...
But you have to learn those things in 2 weeks, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you
well,
don't know
1
them.
week, because I also need my week of cocaine and hookers. Do you think the hookers would stop doing their job? Probably.
Probably yes, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
make
I
any
think-
sense.
yeah.
They don't need the money anymore, right?
No.
I don't think they are doing that for passion.
Some of them.
Maybe. I think some.
Well,
I think it actually is a pretty vital part of society, in fairness.
yeah, I agree as well. But I don't think they are passionate about their job.
I think some people, yeah, I think they are.
I'm not sure.
How many
about-
hookers do you know? You don't even read the news. You don't even know anything. Why am I even talking to you?
Well, I don't know how many hookers are writing the news, but
Oh,
Yeah,
very funny.
I think this is too much of
You're
a,
so
of a
clever.
political issue. We should not ask Jose about this. But I mean, being a hooker is it's great, right? It's like free sex, but better because you even get
Maybe
paid
you
for
should
it.
try, Ella.
Yeah, but as a man, I think it's more difficult.
I'm not sure about that.
All right, Cheryl from Boston writes in, I need your advice on something. I am a woman and I regularly pay for sex. Paying for it feels sinful to me, but I often get lonely and frustrated. I travel a lot for work and I enjoy to relax with a young escort who does whatever I say. It costs me around $1,000 a month. It feels like an addiction, but I don't know how to stop. What should I do?
I think she should keep doing what she's doing. It sounds pretty good to me.
yeah, $1,000, that's not much money, right? It's something. Well, it depends on her salary, I guess.
Yeah, we don't know if she is a high-powered businesswoman or
She
we
travels
can
a lot,
assume so. Yeah.
but she could be a bus driver
Yes.
or a truck driver.
Yes, or a traveling nurse.
All right, well, she doesn't say anything.
homeless person.
She does say that it costs, I don't know why she mentions that it costs $1,000 a month, right? It could
Maybe
just,
she's trying to show off. Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
no, probably just an indication of how much she's into that, right?
Yeah.
How much money and time then also she spends on it. But she doesn't complain about, and it's giving me problems paying the rent. So I don't think the money is the problem
No.
here.
Yeah, I wonder whether it is always the same guy, right? Because she says
No,
with
no,
a
she
young
travels around. It's
escort-
not the same guy. She just gets different young escorts. That's what
Oh,
I think is the situation.
they're brothers escorts. That's
Two brothers.
Two brothers. They live in different
Maybe.
places.
But I think what we should focus on here is that it feels sinful to her and she gets lonely and
I
frustrated.
think she clearly had a Catholic upbringing.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels
classical
like an
escort.
addiction. It's an addiction and she doesn't know how to stop. So she wants to stop, but it's like an addiction.
Also typical from Catholics. Yeah, drinking.
Come on, guys.
Having
But come
hardcore
on,
sex.
get some serious... Well, after you break that.
I think she should just, accept the fact that, what
She
she's
needs
doing
a
is
cock.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's awesome. If the money's not a problem, I think she should just give in to her addictions. I think everybody's got an addiction.
Yeah, I think that it feels pretty healthy to me. Like you should doing that, Sharon from Boston. You should just keep on that. Yeah, just get even more cocks for Sharon.
Yeah, fill all those holes.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think Jose is just being trying to be funny there.
I'm not
Come
sure
on,
about that.
sympathize a bit, guys.
Come on, she's fine. What do you want?
I don't think she's fine. She has an addiction and she wants to stop with it.
Well,
So
why is she asking us? She should be talking to a doctor if she has an addiction.
Clearly showing
Well,
off
I
about the
think-
money and
I
about
think
the
she's
young
definitely-
dudes.
yes.
I think the advice to talk to a doctor or a professional.
But I think you're onto something that if it's the same escort, because maybe she's actually trying to actually win this guy over for real and wants to stop paying for sex, and now she's writing in so that he knows who it is.
Yeah,
Because we know
she's in love.
exactly.
She's in love with the escort. The
Yes.
escort,
This is-
one of the brothers.
I think the evidence for that is quite thin from Cheryl's question. One thing I would want to say just right off the bat, if you say it feels sinful to me, like Jose said, it might be a Catholic upbringing or
I said that,
something else.
but whatever.
Exactly, from
Nobody
experience.
listens to me.
Exactly. I said that.
Yeah, well, I heard it through the grapevine.
You.
And that's just absolutely not necessary, I think. It's not sinful. Sex is very healthy and nice. And if you can pay something to someone for them, so you provide a job to someone who also doesn't hate it, I'm hoping. I think it's less common, hopefully, that women abuse men when they pay for their services.
What do you mean abuse?
Is that true? Well, I'm hoping that men would mind less than women or have less problems with their self-esteem or just cultural being frowned upon for being an escort.
That's a lot of big.
Well, this is a podcast for intellectuals, okay?
I mean, that's a lot of big claims that I think are very untrue and not very fair at all.
Take them
for
one by
men.
one. Just
I have just one question. Does she cuddle at the end of the?
Yes. Do we know that
okay,
information?
write in again for next week, Cheryl. Do you cuddle as well? I don't see the point of the question.
Well,
But I want to move to Julie. So the things that I said just now, what do you think is not true about that?
Well, you just said that men will not be as affected as a woman would if they were being abused, basically. Is that what you said?
No, not really. I think it starts with that for women, there's a much bigger stigma for being a hooker than for men.
So you think a woman hooker is more
it's more popular.
popular? Yeah.
Yeah, what it would be a bigger stigma, right? It's more popular.
Yeah.
There's just more.
It's trendy.
There's a bigger market for female hookers.
Yeah, so it's fine. But men probably have to keep it.
I don't think so. If I would be a hooker, I would not feel super bad about it. I would think it's pretty okay to tell other people that because I have sex and I get paid for it. What's not to like?
Well, but
Well,
you're
for
a
women,
hooker.
there's much more cultural pressure.
But
Right? Women get called sluts and men don't.
A gigolo. You would be a gigolo,
Exactly.
which sounds better. Is Italian.
oh, gigolo.
It sounds better than hooker.
Yeah. We could also say prostitute for,
Yes, sex worker, I think, is the
sex worker.
is the preferred term. But I think, Leah, like Jose said, it's if there's a lot of women in the industry, so then it makes sense that if you're a man in that I think you have a little bit more discrimination.
Yeah, probably. Based on my experience.
Yes.
Like in kindergarten teachers.
Exactly, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
More prone to be pedophile.
Maybe you don't have as many colleagues to talk to. Okay. That could be.
But yeah, we didn't really help her at all, did we? She needs some help.
Some concrete advice. Talk to a therapist.
My advice to Sharon is that just find
Cheryl.
your Cheryl. Oh, it's Cheryl. I was thinking in a different person.
She knows we're talking to her.
Of course, I'm
We're
pretty
talking
sure.
to you, Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl. Just find your cock. Stop messing around. Just in between cocks. You're always in between.
Find your inner cock, so you don't need any external validation.
Just try to find if you're not feeling right. It's because probably you're getting too many cocks in a certain amount of time, and maybe you just want the cock. So maybe that's the whole problem. So it's not about the money. It's about just hanging out with too many guys that they don't give her what she needs, which is not only a cock but also cuddling and telling her like, what did you like the last episode of the series
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad in Alabama? That's what she would like to, to watch an episode of Breaking Bad in Alabama just before going to bed. And then maybe even not having sex, because sometimes maybe that guy doesn't want to have sex with her, so it's not always just sex and sex and sex. It's just, it can be also Netflix. Okay. And
Without the chill.
Exactly. And Breaking Bad in Alabama is good enough to watch it and to cuddle, because I'm pretty sure that Cheryl wants to cuddle. That's my...
Yeah, but she can, right? She says her escort does whatever she wants. So if sometimes it's not sex, then she can just pay someone to watch Breaking Bad in Alabama with her and to cuddle.
But she knows
And have
that
breakfast.
it's not real. He's cuddling her and he's watching the third episode of Breaking Bad in Alabama because she wants to. But she knows that inside he's thinking like, oh, this woman, I don't like this series.
Okay,
and
it's-
have
I
to
think what I've
pretend.
learned here is that Jose really gets women and Miela maybe doesn't.
Oh, I didn't want to make that conclusion. But
Which part? Well, I think there's evidence for that, right? Being true.
Oh,
Well, I think Cheryl, just find your cock and also subscribe to Netflix or something. I don't know.
I think you can pay for a Netflix subscription. That's not the problem here.
Yeah, she has a lot of money, huh?
Enough for Netflix.
Yeah.
You can even share it with family members, but I don't want to promote Netflix here. You can also get Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, NPO Plus if you're living in the
yes,
Netherlands.
but nothing else.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
are the
some
four.
things. Julie has them all.
And then just cuddle with the
Okay.
guy.
But in the end, so she wants love.
Yes.
So, and for that, just you're a strong woman, Cheryl. Just go out there, put yourself out there. You can go on some dating apps.
You cannot pay
Even-
love.
That's right.
Cheryl, you cannot pay love. Pay
And-
for love. Pay love.
And be honest with
Buy
yourself.
love, pay
You
for
cannot
love.
pay love.
Yeah. Okay. Stop
Yeah.
calling too much attention, Jose.
That was
So,
sorry.
and I think that it's also important to be honest with yourself, because maybe Cheryl, you, or also other women are quite unattractive, and then it can get challenging, right? To find your cock, as Jose. So
I don't think. You
Yeah.
can just find more unattractive men, right? To
you
Yeah.
could,
to
but,
cuddle with.
but if you have very high standards,
Yeah, because of all these years pain for gigolos,
Mm,
right?
That's right. Okay. So she's not used to this is the problem.
To an ugly cock. She needs an ugly cock just to come back to earth, right? So Cheryl, you would get a not that nice cock, but love in exchange.
either, well, also maybe
That's
not
a
love,
fair
right?
change.
Yeah.
It could be a very, unattractive, and
Wrinkly, old, maybe
wrinkly,
a
old,
little
unsympathetic,
sideways.
just an ugly soul that you could have to settle for. And in that case, I would
Maybe with some
say
herpes on there.
also, unlike me, also try to think about that there's the possibility that you're forever alone, and that's okay, right? You don't have to.
That's not okay.
I think it's better than being in a very unhealthy relationship.
I think it's
for the rest
always
of your
better
life.
to be in an unhealthy relationship than to be alone.
Yeah, it's better to be crazy than to be happy and healthy. Yes, I agree with Julie. No, I don't agree with Julie.
Oh.
But she is looking for love, So, yeah, I don't think she should be. Well, okay. The right message should be, Cheryl, first learn how to be happy without a cock, and then later, once you get, that-
Okay, Cheryl, I know you're not listening anymore. You probably tuned out already, but love yourself, and
We're
let's
giving a
go
lot
to
of
our
good advice to Cheryl.
let's go
I
to
think
our segment on love.
love. This week on love. Yella, did you have anything to discuss today?
Yes. So in the past week, I installed a new app that I'm using now, and it's called Field.
Is that a dating app?
It is a dating app.
Oh.
Feel, as in feeling something,
Oh, I thought it was field when
with
you
a
said
D
it
at
first.
the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I
too.
know.
I
In the
thought it
show
was
notes, you wrote it the wrong way.
like
but
more animal.
I'll
Yeah.
correct you later.
It makes more sense.
No, because it's about feeling.
Oh, feel. Okay. And how's your experience?
How does it work?
It's so first of all, it's like basically like Tinder, which everyone knows, unless you're in a very long relationship, monogamous, and But most people know Tinder. It's like Tinder, except that it's for sex.
Oh,
Where Tinder has slowly devolved, I think, into a dubious, we're not so sure dating app.
okay. That is called feel, right? Not
Field.
feel it, right?
No, exactly. That would be too plastic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can fill in a little about me, then there's interests, and you can fill in your desires. And I think the desires are what make it the most that keep it in the ballpark of I'm here for sex.
So this is just about fucking. And where do they say that in the description? Do they say this is only, you can only use this for sex? No relationships.
No coffees.
No coffees allowed.
I don't think that's well. It's in the descriptions. It says something about no kicks. I thought it was kinks, but it was kicks.
No kicks.
Probably in the descriptions there is some instruction on the type of stuff you should be writing.
But then how do you know if it's purely for sex? Maybe, you have
Yeah, exactly.
some dates and then all of a sudden you're in a relationship and you're like, hey, we met on feel. This is not what this
That's
is.
true, but maybe it can grow into a relationship. I think it's a pretty good way to start with sex and then see if it goes somewhere.
I disagree, but
Yeah, it could be like a really bad experience, right? The first time with someone.
Yeah, but
And-
otherwise you start building a kind of friendship and it turns into something romantic, and then you have sex and it's terrible because nothing fits or it's a
Nothing
sausage,
fits.
Nothing
sausage
fits.
down a
Whoa.
hallway.
Nothing fits.
It's a sausage down a hallway, and then then you also have to abort at a much later point
so
where it's
you
much
really
more
think
painful.
that you should just sex first and then figure out feelings later?
I think that's a valid approach. Yeah.
I think that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
And I'm also curious, how many people are in this app compared to on Tinder, for example? Because everyone is on Tinder.
Very few. I think you're in Groningen. I'm setting my limits quite narrow.
Because we are in the Netherlands.
Yes.
In Groningen.
In the north of the Netherlands.
Yes.
Why was this relevant?
Well, because maybe Cheryl didn't know where
Yes.
where
Cheryl
were
from
we.
Boston didn't realize that we're actually recording this in the Netherlands.
That's a good point, actually, Cheryl. If you're ever in Groningen, just install Field, and who knows, we may get a connection.
Again, you said field, not feel.
Yeah. What is this
It's
about?
called Field with a D at the end. It's feel and then a D.
Like
So you pronounce it the same way, as a
Like feel the D.
As a
green
field.
field.
Feel the D.
I don't
Fill
get
in
it.
the fields below.
Feel the D.
First,
Yeah, right.
maybe
Feel-
that's
Feel
what,
the D.
probably that's what it comes from, right? Because D is
What
for
does
dick
D
then.
stand for? Oh, dick.
So, well, how is your experience so far with Feel the D?
With Field D, it's
Feel the D.
it's quite good so far. I like that you can.
Have you feeled the D yet?
I haven't felt the D very much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Too bad.
However, it's nice that on Fields, I also made a profile where you cannot see that it's me.
Oh, so you didn't put your face there.
because you were ashamed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't want all my colleagues and my
Because they're all on field. Feel the D.
Well, some might be there, right? I just don't want it because it feels like it's super public, right? Anyone can go there.
I was on one of these apps before, one of these much kinkier apps, and I had my face on there.
Yeah, well, because you have no shame.
Zimmer's
That's
savage.
That's not true. I have shame.
She's a raw person. Savage.
Yeah,
So,
Julie is a real rope person.
yes. Which type of pictures did you upload? I'm curious.
Yeah. Of your cock?
Now it's getting very
Can we see
personal.
your profile? I want to see it.
I don't want to see the
I
profile.
wanna see it.
I don't.
I can
I
show
wanna
the
see
profile
it.
to Julie, but that does nothing for the listeners, and I don't want you to describe the profile.
Oh, can I not? Can I describe a
so I
little
will
bit?
do it myself. You can see it after the
I want to
recording.
see it now.
No, we're not doing that. So, well, first of all, maybe you're thinking it's more extreme than what I told you so far because there's no really explicit things, right? So there's no penises. Well, I'm also not swiping for men. Sometimes I see men, don't know why.
Maybe they're trying to tell you something. Maybe
Your
they know
dreams.
something.
Real nudity. No, I am swiping for couples, man, female couples.
I see. That's
Yeah.
why you get.
Could be. That
some
is
men.
from there. That would explain it.
And why did you decide to have another app? Do you think this will be any better than Tinder, for example?
I think so, maybe, because Tinder is very much on the dating for a relationship spectrum.
You don't have time for that.
You're
well,
too
also
busy.
that. Yeah, I'm also too busy with my course,
And so you're not running away from your problems?
making a
by-
podcast with you.
Not busy for fucking, huh?
No, I think that takes priority over a lot of other things.
But maybe you will become the next
Sleeping, even.
Cheryl, right?
Exactly, Ellen. Think
then I
about
would
Cheryl.
first have to rent a sex worker, which will be possible starting next week again.
But don't forget about the money issue. It's more about just jumping from bed to bed, you know?
You can't go through life like that, you know? Sometimes you just want to sit
It
back on
sounds
the
fun. It
couch
sounds like a trampoline, right?
and cuddle.
Yeah, well, then I pay a whore to cuddle me.
what about Netflix? Yellow.
Yeah, the whore's not going to watch Netflix. And
Okay,
you
then
know
I
it.
can watch Netflix on the account of Julie's ex.
Do people mention Netflix in their profiles?
No, I don't think so. On Field that much. On Tinder they do.
Yes.
There's one of the interests that you can have Netflix.
Yeah.
I still don't know if that's code for Netflix and chill or whether it's actually
No.
they enjoy being on the couch and watching some subpar series.
Yeah.
But what's interesting here is that you want to run away from the world of relationships for some reason that you don't
No,
want
no,
to
no,
tell
no,
us.
no, no. I think you misunderstand. I don't want to run away from the world of relationships.
I hear a lot of running. I
I'm
don't know
just
about you,
having
Jose. But
Yeah.
there's
trouble.
I
a,
hear the steps.
Yeah.
You hear the steps? Or running steps?
it sounds like a horse. Well, maybe.
Okay, well, I feel like you're not taking me seriously.
Well, what do we have to take seriously? You're on a dating app. Well, we're taking it seriously. Well,
Yeah.
what's-
Well, then just kind of accept the words that I'm saying into your
but
ear
I,
about
but
it.
I, but I think there's something hidden behind the words. You know,
Yeah, it seems like
We're your
there's something
friends.
Okay, we'll try to
underneath.
break through.
we wanna. We wanna
Make some more concrete guesses.
So,
What's your hypothesis?
so you think that you, for example, will have sex with one person, so you have a match with someone. I guess it works also with matches.
It's called a connection there.
A
Yeah,
connection.
Ooh, a connection.
with a human.
Do they use the
They
icon
say humans
of a
everywhere.
penis and a vagina for that?
I haven't
connection?
I haven't had a match yet. I did
didn't
get
have a
one. I
connection.
did get one like. There's a little red dot next to the page where you have your likes,
Yeah.
but I cannot like them back. And this is the sad part because you have to get, first of all, you have to get the premium form of the account. It has a different name. And the second part is that it's me and I cannot really like myself. I'm guessing on Field because I tried to see what my profile is like. So I created a shared link which expires in 48 hours. I clicked it. And on that webpage, I could actually like myself.
And
So-
why? And you liked yourself.
Yeah, because I like myself. And now I have one match waiting for me in the like queue, and
Ooh,
that's me.
exciting.
Oh, okay, I
too
see.
bad. It's not a female version of you.
No,
But so your plan is to get a connection with someone, right? And then to have sex with this person. And if it works, that opens the door for a relationship. Is it?
well, yeah, maybe first become friends, then, and then it could become a relationship.
This is such a weird order to me. So first sex, then friendship, and then a relationship. Or no, first having kids.
No, but seriously, of course, it starts with at least having some kind of connection that you at least like the other person, because I think I never had a one-night stand, but I imagine that it's a bit weird if you have no idea what's going on in the other person's head. And there's a lot of pressure there and you cannot sleep because they may murder you in your sleep. So first you have dinner together, or you go for a little walk, or
Ooh, a little walk.
yes, or you play a board game together, or you buy a plant at the garden center. Then you have sex, and then you keep having sex and going to the garden center.
So you get the
and
plant, you come home, and then
you drop your clothes.
you drop your clothes. Okay, yeah, plants are very sexy then.
I thought you will meet already in someone's place, right? Because it's pretty explicit, right? It's just for having sex, right? So you should meet up already in someone's bed,
Yeah.
actually.
It's not
Already
just for having
naked.
sex, but it starts by having sex. Yeah, I would appreciate that.
But will you say
If-
hello first? Like, hello, I'm Jelle. Or you just directly, yes, this is my
Well, it
this is
depends.
my
I'm
penis.
open to anything, right? I'm perfectly okay with if we would be chatting at first, and then we agree, like, okay, we're going to meet up. This is my address. Show up there. The door's not locked. Close it behind you, and then it's the second door on the left.
Knock 3
And
times.
we're not saying anything.
This sounds very creepy.
Yes, it's like
I'm
the
not
okay with
perfect
this.
app for a rapist, for example,
Yeah,
right?
this is not okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, you can always tell people where you're going, and they can say where they're going. They could have the police on speed dial. It's all fine.
It doesn't make me feel fluffy and happy inside.
Yeah,
That's
there's
all I
no-
can say.
There's no Netflix there. And
No cuddling.
did you recognize anyone?
But there could be more spanking, cuddling. What?
Did you recognize anyone?
No, I didn't recognize anyone because there's not a lot of people on there. There's
Only rapists.
I think I swiped about 40 people before it ran out. So that's and Tinder has
Unlimited
40 people every day probably. 40 new people, and here is one new person every day.
Still not getting it.
No, not yet.
Okay, so I have to explain it to you better. Okay, well, Julie, then we'll turn the tables a bit now.
Yes.
How many questions did you ask? How much of a conversation did you have with the people before you went?
Was there Netflix in between?
There was Netflix after.
Okay, well,
Literal.
Yes.
And what did you watch?
Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there was quite some, there was quite a lot of back and forth texting and so I think, and some talking on the phone and stuff like that. And then the other one, we actually had like a one sit down date first and then all the fun stuff came later. So yes, I think more than what you're suggesting, if that's what you're getting at.
Okay, so the sit down date was kind of like a job interview.
A little bit, yeah. It was an interesting experience.
Okay, and the reason that this is important to you, right, is that you hopefully know that you're not having a date with a serial killer or.
Yes.
It seems important.
I would not
right?
like to.
It does seem important, but that's, I guess, where it comes in for me, that from my side, that's a bit less important because I'm not so much afraid because women are barely ever serial killers.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know any.
Yeah, and I want sex, so it wouldn't be rape, I think, at that point. Maybe
that's also true. Yeah, it's more difficult to rape, right?
Yeah.
To rape you.
I would be more afraid that somehow a girl would try to blackmail me by saying that I did rape her, and she will go to the police.
Yeah, that's a
Let's
good
not
one.
get into that.
But then also,
because you'll make me very angry.
What's the incentive there, right? I don't know that.
But what about if a guy shows up instead of a
exactly,
girl?
and then he rapes you?
Well, then I just walk away.
What do you mean you walk away? You're
much
getting
stronger
raped. Good
guy.
luck. Yeah, he's big.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
he's
also
very big.
I'm also pretty big.
Bigger than you.
Not big enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
he's
then
200 kilos. This guy.
Well, then he's very slow, so I can outrun him.
But he got you already.
Yeah, he got you.
He put already his penis in your mouth.
Okay, well, it's pretty small, so I'm fine. Okay.
All right then.
Okay.
Yes, it could be. Okay, but you're saying sex is a dangerous game. It's more
Yes.
dangerous to meet up with someone for sex than for something else.
I just don't get it. I still don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? Because in the end, what are you looking for, Yele? What is
For love.
That's not true.
You got me
You're
now.
looking for sex.
Are you looking for love
You're looking
or
for
for
sex.
sex?
No, okay.
What are you looking
I think
for?
I'm very much like
honestly, deep inside of you.
I know. Deep inside, it's just like every man, at least, probably women as well, but they cannot admit it by society. Is that I would like to find a partner or multiple partners for life, probably
Multiple.
one,
Okay.
right? Because that's the social norm. And if until then, I'm fine with having casual, healthy sex without diseases.
And you're gonna find that through Filter D.
Maybe, possibly, but it's too soon to tell.
And why not just using Tinder or any other normal app for dating and just having one date with a person, and if there is a click, there is room for casual sex?
Well, maybe because I just don't get enough matches on Tinder.
Okay, so this is the real crux of the issue here. That you don't have enough matches. Okay, now I get it.
Also on Tinder, I feel like it's less accepted to say like,
That's
hey,
not true. Tinder is, I think,
There are so many
the
men on
majority
Tinder.
is all about sex. That and
But-
one night stands.
Yeah.
okay, but
So
you
you're
should
not gonna
not
have
put
any
that on your
problems there.
profile as a man, right?
I think you can if you want.
Okay, because all I always hear from women is complaints that men on Tinder are just looking for sex.
That's actually true. I think if you go openly that way, probably you're gonna be very successful So if you
Yeah.
want that, you might have to lie about it. To say like,
Exactly.
I'm
So
looking for
Tinder
watching
is
Netflix.
only
Don't
for the
lie,
charlatans.
please. And then you're
Exactly.
just like every other terrible
Person, human being.
yes.
Exactly.
And
I'll
now-
just be normal
Another
then.
terrorist. Yeah.
Okay. So I have to put there. I like walks on the beach. I like stargazing together,
Yeah.
and watching Netflix.
reading poetry.
I have a dog. Even
I have a dog.
if
also
Picture
that.
of a dog. A picture of
Exactly.
a dog.
I will put pictures of me and a dog and a picture of
Yes.
me and a cat
photoshopped there. Yeah.
and a rabbit or a bunny.
Yeah. I love animals and not
Yeah.
for sex. I don't have sex with the animals. I
Okay.
just
You're not a
I-
bestiality
Yeah.
person.
I'm not a zoologist.
A zoophile.
yes. You don't do that.
None of those things.
No.
All right, but this is exactly what Sophia also said, who told me about Field, that Field feels more genuine to her, because on Tinder, also as a woman, you know that all the men would, if they were honest, just put on their profile, "I'm into this and this type of sex. This is what I'm looking for," but they don't, right? Because it's not accepted there. And on Field, you can just write exactly what you're looking for, and it's not frowned upon.
Can you give us some examples of what people describe as what they are looking for?
As their desires, right?
Yes,
Is what you mean.
desires.
Okay, there's mostly just some fixed phrases or words, right, that they use. So that can be kink, not sure, BDSM, rough, FFM, MM, I don't know, all the combinations, of having
What is
NGO.
FFM?
different
NGO.
female, male.
Oh.
Female, male. Okay.
I think so, or FMF. Then that's funny. That's my old study association. But that would be first a woman, then a man, and then a woman again on the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you cannot switch. So if you are either into FFM or FMF.
No, that was all bullshit. It's just two Fs and one M, and that defines
Oh,
the setup.
I see.
Fuck, masturbate. No, it's not that, right? It's just
No, I don't think it's. I'm new to it, okay, but I'm pretty sure that it's just how many girls and guys they want to have in the scene. They could also be looking for what do you call that when you're with four people?
small penis. Dude, does anyone write that small penis? No, sorry. When you're with four people, I don't know,
A
foursome.
foursome, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, foursome. Yeah, awesome.
Does anyone look for small penises or something
No,
like
I
that?
have not seen. No, I
Like
haven't seen
really
super
looking for
weird.
someone with stinky feet, for example.
No, maybe it could be something, right? People
or-
could
I
write
think
it,
people could be into stinky feet.
Yeah.
or just feet.
too close.
I know
eyes.
that for sure.
Yeah,
Some people
too
are
close
into
eyes.
Yeah.
eyes that are too close together.
Yes,
Yeah.
too close to each other. Or I don't know what are more things that you can be into. A guy with only one hand.
Well, in general, mutilation and handicapped people. That
Yeah.
could be people's
Dwarfs.
fetish.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Does this have a term? Is there a term for
For being into
handicaphilia or something?
handophilia.
Handiphilia?
Handi-
That sounds more like a
dis-
feeling for hands.
Monophilia.
Monophilia. Yeah.
Okay, but I think we're going too deep into this.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question, Jose?
yes. Thank you. Yes. Pretty clear right now. Okay.
Okay, so that was the update on Yella's love life.
Wow, that was so much fun.
Yes, that was exciting.
I'm jumping out of my seat.
So many emotions. I don't even
Oh.
know how to feel right now.
I feel tired.
Okay, have you seen the movie Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
No, that's not real.
But it's probably interesting because there
you
are
invented
tomatoes.
That.
That is a real movie.
It's fake.
No,
I don't believe you.
it's just not a very serious horror movie, I think, but I'm really sure that it's a horror movie.
No, I don't
In Germany,
agree.
they used to broadcast that all the time.
No.
The attack of
You don't know
tomato-
anything about
of
Germany.
Killer tomatoes. Yeah, that's a real movie. Everyone knows that
I
it's a
think
real
you're
movie.
both wrong.
No, it's a real movie. Yes.
Okay, well, we'll be back next week when Julie will be eating her words. I think we can make that a segment, right? Julie is eating her words.
Eating your words, Julie.
My words. Okay, guys. Okay. The movie is real. All right. Okay. Okay, you got me. Okay. All right.
Next
Are you
segment.
happy?
Have you seen the movie Your Dad is a Tomato.
That's not real. You just made that up.
It's a real movie.
That's a lie.
Your
Yellow?
Dad. I never remember if the title is Your Dad is a Tomato or Daddy is a Tomato, but it's real.
Daddy.
It's a real movie.
I don't believe you. I don't think there's a movie with both dad and tomato in the title.
Eat your words, Jose.
Tomato Dad or
Eat
Super
them.
Tomato.
Do they taste good? Do they taste like tomato?
Dads or tomatoes?
Your words. You have to eat them now.
I don't think that's possible.
Ooh, welcome on this episode of Ghost. We're going to be telling a scary story. I'm going to start it off. There was a little girl, and she was all alone.
How little was she?
She was about 3 centimeters. I told you she was little.
Okay.
Her name was...
Okay, it starts off funny, but it will get scary. Just trust us.
is very scary. She's 3 centimeters. That's quite scary, I think. And-
Could she walk? Being 3 centimeters tall.
She could walk.
Okay.
She could walk, and she had some help from her friend, Mr. Bugs. Mr. Bugs liked to play with her.
Sounds sexual to me.
Why are you interrupting
I'm
my
sorry.
ghost story with such...
I'm sorry. Just continue, please.
And yeah, they were great friends, Mr. Bugs and little girl, little 3 centimeters girl.
What was her name? Is that her name? Little 3 centimeters girl?
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay.
Her parents wanted to be very literal when they were naming her, because they knew she had this syndrome that she will only ever be 3 centimeters, and it's very little, so that's why. And so they were walking one day, her and Mr. Bugs, and there was something off with Mr. Bugs that day. He wasn't acting his usual self, and she thought there was something suspicious going on, and she felt a little tremble in her shoulders. The wind went by.
Oh.
And then Mr. Bugs, she looked around, he wasn't there anymore. He was gone.
Oh my god. Did they have more friends apart from Mr. Bugs?
No, that was her only friend. And she was so sad, she screamed. She actually had a very loud voice for being 3 centimeters tall.
Yeah.
Like birds.
Yes, exactly. She was actually a bird, now that you mention it.
Oh, she was a bird.
Yeah.
All this time.
Yes.
Then it makes sense that she was 3 centimeters.
Yes.
Well,
My story makes a lot of sense.
very tiny though.
Well, I think that's the unsettling part about it. So Mr. Bugs was gone.
Mr. Bugs was gone.
What did she do?
Actually, what she did, being a bird, she ate Mr. Bugs.
Oh my god.
Ah, okay.
That bitch.
Is this the end of the ghost story?
And that's what happened.
Okay. So I think the problem with it is that it's scary mostly for Mr. Bugs, but we didn't get a lot of... His character wasn't very well established.
That's true. It just went places that
That's true.
I did not plan this.
Who told you this story? Did you?
I just improvised.
Oh, you improvised this story.
Yes.
I thought maybe
And that's the
your
scariest
parents
part, that
read
this
it to you.
did not exist a moment ago, and now it was created there, just
Yeah.
in Julie's head.
Yes. It's the beauty of my head
Of the
is what you just
theater
heard.
of the mind.
Okay.
That's right. Who else wants to try a ghost story?
Okay, I will go next.
Okay.
Okay. Once upon a time, in a deep, dark forest, there lived a little girl.
Another little girl. What
Oh.
was her name?
How little?
Her name was Annika, and she was 4 centimeters tall.
Oh my god. That's a whole centimeter taller than the little girl.
Yes, her parents named her 4 centimeter girl.
Was she a bird?
No, she was not a bird.
Okay.
Don't ask stupid questions.
This is a different story.
Don't ask questions that you may come to regret.
Oh god, we're gonna regret something.
Yes.
Threats.
What's gonna happen?
Okay, and the little girl, 4 centimeter girl, had no friends at all in the whole world because it was a very silent
Oh
forest.
no. Oh no.
God.
Nothing happening, Julie. So she just lived there, season in, season out, the winters with snow and ice. And she had to walk to the river to get water there with a pickaxe to dig through the ice. And then walk back through the hut. And in summer, there were so many mosquitoes. There were only mosquitoes in the forest. It was
Only
just-
mosquitoes. No,
Oh,
no bears. No
They're
bears.
they're gonna take all her blood. She's only 4 centimeters.
Yeah, exactly.
There were. Oh, God damn it, Julie! That's the whole. That was the.
That's the story?
That was where it all was going.
Oh.
Was how it was all going to end up.
Oh my God.
So what happened? I ruined the story?
You ruined
oh, God,
it.
guys, I'm so sorry. Oh,
Not
you want to
really.
go again? You
Okay,
can go
well-
again.
Okay. So once upon a time, in a deep dark forest. You'll cut this all out, right, Jose? In a deep dark forest, there was a little
the joke
girl,
was that you would do it
4
again. I
centimeters.
didn't actually want you to do it again.
Well, next up, Jose with a ghost story.
Okay. so
Ghost!
another section of ghost. There was the family of the McColligans.
McColligans. Were they Irish?
From close to Ireland,
Okay.
but not exactly
No.
from Ireland.
Hmm.
I just know the surname of the family, McColligans.
McColligans.
Did they live on an island?
No, not at all. They were somewhere, okay, and they moved to a new house because the father got a new job, and he decided to move to a new place.
On an island?
What was the job?
He was a shoemaker.
A shoemaker, huh?
Yeah, a shoemaker.
You got a new job on an island as a shoemaker.
I never said anything about an island. That was Yalla's suggestion. And there is no
I
island
heard
here.
island.
There is no island here in this story. Okay, this is a shoemaker.
But he got a new job as a shoemaker.
A shoemaker. He
That doesn't
used
make
to,
any sense.
Well, he started working for Nike. Okay, the company, and he was a CEO
Okay.
of a not CEO, but close to a CEO.
Then he's not a shoemaker.
CEO from Nike. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, shoemaker.
I just realized there is island in Ireland.
That's very important. So the family moved to a new house, okay? A new house, and they are 4. So Tommy McColligan, which is the the father, okay? Chrisley McConaughey.
Crisley. Wow, what a nice name. What are the 2 little ones called?
So Tommy, Chrisley, Pete, and Carla, okay? Pete and
Oh,
Carla.
they have more normal names.
Yes, those are the normal ones from the family,
It's
okay?
the Generation Z of the family.
Exactly. So they moved to a new house, okay? And you know the person that sold the house to them, she was showing the place around, and you know the house was very cheap, and it was such a huge house. So the father, Tommy McColligan, was asking, "Why is this house so cheap?" And the woman from the real estate agency, she was like, no worries. It's just
Somebody died there.
we don't know that.
Damn it, Julie, you do it again.
We don't know that, and I don't think
sorry.
we have any reference in movies or anything to that. Okay, for that assumption. So anyway,
Nothing in pop culture where that ever happened.
nothing like that. So the first night they were sleeping there, and they started hearing some noises. So Tom and Carla, they started hearing some knocking door. What?
What was that? Oh, Carl, what is that?
What is that? Someone was knocking at the door of the kids,
Who is it?
and Tom was very brave. Not like Carla. Carla was such a pussy.
Oh, I'm a pussy. I'm such a pussy. Can you help me? I think someone's at the door.
Yeah, no worries, sister. I would open the door. So the Tom, the brave, walked to the door, and he opened the door. And who was behind the door? just the father.
Oh,
Yes, the father, Tommy. Did I say before Tom and Carla? It's Pete and Carla.
yes, it
So
was.
Tommy, the father, was at the door and was like, and asked them, "Are you guys sleeping good this night? Huh? Are you guys sleeping well?"
Yes, Daddy. Yeah. What do you want to do? Are you coming into bed?
Come here, sweetheart. Come with daddy. And
Okay, Daddy.
so
If there are any children listening to this, ask your parents' permission first.
So the three of them,
To go away with your parent.
this is plus 18. So the three of them, the father and the two kids, went to the bed together and they had sex.
Can you describe that a bit more in detail?
Please don't.
They just had regular sex, okay?
With the three of them.
The three.
Yes.
The three of them.
Is it MFM?
How
Male, female, male.
how old was the girl again?
She was old enough.
He
Let's
was-
just say that.
6 and 8 years old were the kids, both kids.
Okay. So now I'm wondering, is this illegal content that we're producing here?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a story, okay? This is a story that
And no one got hurt in the making of it.
Nobody.
All right.
and so after a while of sex, this is not okay, by the way, huh? But that's what happened. That's why it's a ghost story. After a while, the mom also joined.
Why are you guys laughing? This is horrifying.
Come on, it's funny.
She was jealous of the situation, so she wanted to join.
And with the field app, I'm the freak here, and you're just laughing at the whole
It's a joke,
child
Yella.
rape,
Oh my
incest
God,
situation.
you can't take a joke.
It's a ghost story.
It's
Yella.
a ghost
Exactly.
story
It's not a
joke.
joke, Julie. It's a
Exactly.
ghost story.
Well, you don't get it. That's why.
Well, then take more seriously.
So what happened is like when the girl was close to the climax, she opens her eyes and there was no one there in the room. And then she was like, what is this? And she went running upstairs to her parents' room and she opened the door and the parents were having sex.
With the little boy.
No,
With Pete.
just normal sex with each other, like the regular
Oh,
sex.
I see.
And then she got a trauma out of it, and that's the ghost story.
ghost. Play that sweet, sweet music.
This is a song
Sad song.
about sad love.
Sad love.
People that are sad
So sad.
because they don't have love.
No love. No cuddles.
No Netflix
Just some chill that they pay for.
is so fucking cheap. 12 euros per month.
That's all you need for Netflix.
Pay the fucking Netflix, you piece of shit.
This is an advertisement for Netflix.
Netflix, I love you, Netflix. Love song for a Netflix. All your problems will end.
You just watch Netflix. Pay for Netflix.
Just pay the fucking subscription.
You need it. You know you do.
Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap.
Never be cheap, cheap, cheap. Be cheap. Or you'll never find love. Never find alone. So sad and alone.
You deserve to die alone.
You don't deserve any love.
Because you don't even pay for Netflix. So who are you gonna bring for a date?
You dates, they need Netflix.
And a dinner. And you have to, dates cost money.
You have to court them a little bit. You can't just feel the D. No, you can't. Feel the tea.
I love that ending.
If you liked it, don't forget to follow our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever fucking platform you use. You can also send your agony to bangangerspodcast@gmail.com and you'll get the worst advice ever. And if you think you're a good person, you can prove it by becoming a patron. Because it will be nice to eat at least once a month.